Hello and welcome to another update on the McMinnville real estate market. I'm Steve Thoele, a principal broker with Premier Property Group, and this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, August 27th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the data with you, as I always do. So start off looking at active listings. This last week, we had 18 new properties come on the market in McMinnville, up a lot from the week prior where we only had 6. So it was an active last week for new listings. And you can see what's happening with total listings over the past 8 weeks. We had a low of 47 about 5 weeks back, and it's been climbing up from that point to currently 72 as of this last week. The median price and days on market for those active listings, you can see we had a high of 639 here, again, 5 weeks back, and it has been kind of trending back down to a low of over the last 8 weeks of 540,000 this last week. And same thing, days on market's kind of been trending back as well. We had a high of 46 days of market time here about 5 weeks back, and it has been going down from there down to 24 days as of this last week. So 24 average days on market for the most current 72 homes on the market. Moving along to pending sales. We had last week in McMinnville, we had 10 new pendings, and you kind of see that's kind of right in line with where it's been over the past 8 weeks. Total pendings, you can kind of see, has been falling here for the past month. We had a high of 82 homes in pending status 4 weeks back. This last week, we were at 58. So definitely have seen kind of a slowdown in the number of new pendings here over this past month. Kind of that seasonal slowdown, which typically kind of takes place in late summer. The median price and days on market for the pendings, it's been on the rise. You can kind of see we had a low of 471 here to begin with, and it was kind of in the 480s, 470s, 480s for the most part. It did kind of really take a significant bump up this last week to just over 500,000 for the median price of the current pendings. And then days on market, you can kind of see we had a low of 6, and then kind of got up to 15 days here about a month ago. It's fallen back a few days to 12 as of this last week. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I show we had 12 properties last week crossover from pending to sold, just about the same over the prior couple weeks here. It's been pretty consistent. And when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis, you can kind of see we had a high of 44, low of 32, and it's been kind of bouncing within that range since. This last week we kind of came in at 39 homes have closed over the prior 4 weeks. And the median price and days on market for those solds, again, pretty close range here. You kind of see we had a high of 495, low of 474. And this last week was, in the middle of that at 490,000. So again, hasn't moved a whole lot over this, last 2 months. Days on market, that has been trending up. You kind of see we got it down to a low of 7 days of average market time for the homes that sold here about a month ago. That has been on the rise. This last week came in at 22 days. So just about 3 weeks of average market time for these most recent 39 homes that have sold in McMinnville. So, definitely kind of seeing a little bit longer that took longer to get homes into contract that have sold recently. And then to finish it out here, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. The red bars, that weeks of inventory kind of measuring, kind of relative supply and demand. And you can kind of see we had a low of just under 5 weeks of inventory here about 5 weeks back. And it's been, pretty steady from that point. You can kind of see it's been in the, 6 to 7 week category. This last week went up a little bit above that to about 7.5 weeks of inventory, which again, still is not a lot, less than 2 months worth of inventory. And the sale price as a percent of the original list price, that is here, and you can kind of see again hasn't moved a lot. It's had a low of about 96.5% up to a little above 98%. This last week came in right at 97%. So currently just about a 3% average discount off of the original list price is what sellers have recently been having to take to get their home sold on average. So, kind of a recurring theme, even, interest rates kind of continue to remain higher. We're still about 7.5% as of right now for a kind of standard 30-year fixed rate mortgage, we're still seeing enough demand out there to kind of satisfy the supply that we have, which is continues to be on the low side. And so as we move out of summer into spring, excuse me, I move out of summer into fall, we will kind of see what happens there. Typically we get a little bit of a bounce in the market after summer is over with and school starts back up, and people kind of start moving into activities of fall. So we'll see if that holds true this year, and I'll keep you updated. So hope this update was helpful. As always, if I can answer questions or be of help, please don't hesitate to reach out. And my phone number and email address are down below the video. So let me know what I can do to help. And really appreciate you tuning in and watching, and hope you have a great day and week ahead. And we'll see you on the next update.